working with a piece of poplar today. It's about 4 inches by 3 inches by 1/2 inch thick. I could choose this smooth all white side, but I really like the kind of the ombre, the green there, so we're gonna do it on this side. The first thing you want to do is make sure your piece is well sanded. So I use this is a 220 grit piece of sandpaper. I just make sure it's nice and smooth for burning. I used like a soft rag to clean, just to make sure all the sawdust is off of there. Okay, and for step 2, just sketch in lines for trees. So these are freehand trees, so we're just sketching in some lines to create a composition that we like. So that's pretty good. I like maybe a few taller ones up above the green, and then we might add more later, but for now that's it. Okay, for step 3, you're going to take your wood burning tool. This is my favorite tool for making trees, because it's got this, it's a what they call a writing tip, but instead of being kind of nice and round on top, it's got a little bit of a sharpened tip, so it can make some nice trees. All right, and just start burning. You want to check your own wood burning tool for how hot you want yours to be. I have a Razertip, and I usually burn my trees at about a 5 or a 6. If I want them darker, I turn it up a little bit. So basically, we're just creating kind of a bit of a triangle shape here, and each little stroke is a tree branch. And so you can see that nice little sharp edge kind of cuts in to the wood and gives it that lovely tree texture. And these are just basic, kind of my go-to basic evergreen trees. So there's that. And if I think the top is a little tall, I might turn my pen sideways and just get a little, make it a little bit taller so it's skinnier on top. You can really use any tip you want. There's different tips will do different kinds of trees, so you can enjoy whatever one you want. But like I said, this is basically, the line is only there to give you somewhere to kind of center your branches off of. So now to get this tree to look like it's behind another tree, I just burn right up to the edge and let the two overlap. Okay. So I might just kind of extend this guy a little bit just to make him look like he's in the foreground a little more. And some darker spots. So here's, I'll do one more tree like this. These guys. You can see I'm just kind of actually just zigzagging back and forth in a kind of a loose, uneven way, just getting larger as we go down the trunk of the tree. So the trunk disappears underneath all the branches. So I'm just kind of loosely filling in and having fun with that. Okay, so there's a little group of that kind of tree. I'll show you how I do another kind of evergreen. Kind of more like a, I don't know, a pine. These are kind of more like cedars. And I can kind of do this little bit. And still, I'm just using that piece of wood, or that line as my center. Only now I'm gonna have a little bit of trunk, so I just fill that in. Still getting larger as I go down. So that tree is more upright. The branches are more upright and not so tightly woven together. And another one I like to do, similar to this one, is kind of more like a cedar, where we're coming down and we're just sweeping these branches out. Okay, so I start in the center, kind of they're definitely not the same all the way down or symmetrical, just creating these. And then I'm gonna leave some trunk down here. So there's my kind of my base to work with, and then just come down and add little strokes to the underside of each one of these little arcs. Remember, it's very easy to, you need to not worry about it, make it easy by just not working too hard to make it perfect. Things are not going to be symmetrical, just like trees in the real world are not symmetrical. So there's my branches, and I might come up here and add a few more on the top. And then I'll just fill in my trunk, kind of like it's behind those branches. And then for my base, I'll just keep using that pencil line as kind of your center of your trunk. And like I said, it's a tree, so it can be a little rough. And if you all of a sudden make your trunk thicker than you thought you would, just go ahead and taper it on up. There. See, there's another kind of tree. I think I'll do another one of these little upright trees right here. With this tree, I'm being a little more regular with those little side branches, so it looks a little more symmetrical. One thing I like about freehand is going in after and just kind of deciding to add or add more. Of course, with wood burning, you can't really take away, but you can always add. Okay, there's the trees.